Hello, that's the second segment of the video, and in this video I'm going to show you how to run the examples that I showed in the PowerPoint. So basically you can find this testjoin.sql code in the course webpage. And the first step is actually create a database called testing join. And in this database, there are two tables, student table and departments table. And I have already written the code for you. You just need to run the code once. Please remember this create database as well as populate all the uh, records. You need only run once because I already ran it. I'm not going to run it again, otherwise they're going to tell me something wrong. Currently we are not familiar with those kind of syntax, but later on we're going to learn that. So what you need to do, you can highlight all those database creation and data populating steps and write, and click this and write. Because I already ran in the past, then I'm going to go directly into line 68. So because that database testing join is already created, what I can do is I can use that database and then I can look at it, what is inside the students database, and it's actually a few students. There are 6 students, exactly the same as what I showed in the PowerPoint video. So the second one is, let's look at what is the departments. Again, there's 4 departments, exactly the same, and that's the inner join. That's the inner join example. So we write. You know that there's only matched rows will be returned. All the matched rows is those 6 rows. And that's the result from the inner join. For the left outer join, and we can use left join to represent left outer join, and outer is optional. And as we just discussed, it's going to return not only the matched rows, but also all the rows that actually in the left table, which means the table before the join, which is the students table, that is actually does not have a match. And now we can see there's two more rows created. Because there's not a match on the department ID, so the department name field remains null for those 2 additional rows. The right outer join is basically in addition to the inner join, the rows returned from the inner join, any remaining rows that is not matched in the right table, which is the table after the join, any rows will show up as well. So that's actually, it's going to give us kind of like 1 additional rows here. And again, the department name is here, but there's no student associated with those department number. And for the full outer join, you can read through the textbook, but unfortunately MySQL Workbench does not support full outer join. So if you write, you're going to see an error message because the full outer join is not supported by MySQL Workbench. The full outer join basically is going to give us all the matched rows that is from the inner join, additional rows from the left join, and additional rows from the right join. And even though MySQL Workbench does not support full outer join clause, the keywords, but we can realize a full outer join by first select the left join and then select the right join, and then we uniting those two is going to give us a full order join. The full order join basically is going to give us more columns. It's going to include the columns from the inner join, the rows from the inner join, rows from the left outer join, and rows from the right outer join. That give us the full outer join. And hopefully from this simple example, you have a much better understanding of the inner and outer join. Join is one of the most important SQL task. So please make yourself very clear with those concepts. And there are a lot of examples in the textbook for you to practice and to learn. Okay, that is the end of the second video.